What's happening, YouTube? It's your boy Premium bringing you guys the second episode of Premium Fortnite class, and today we're going to be talking about how you can use the storm to your advantage. All of this footage comes from one single gameplay that I got. It was kind of convenient. I got it all in one game, and I actually ended up getting the win. It's kind of crazy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. I'm just going to talk you through exactly what I'm doing and the methods that I'm using specifically, and I'm going to be focusing on how I use the storm to my advantage. But there's also going to be other tips and tricks that I drop in there just from while I'm playing. I'll notice something and I'll explain to you guys why. So I hope you guys learn from this. You'll get a little bit of my mindset when I'm playing, and I hope you guys appreciate it. The first thing I want to point out is look at where I'm landing, guys. Fatal. What did I tell you yesterday? In my video, I said Fatal was, I think I said it was my second favorite spot. I don't remember. Yeah, Fatal, second favorite spot right behind Paradise. But here I am, landing at Fatal, just like I told you guys I always do. Not only am I landing Fatal, I'm gonna go hit this house, just like I told you guys to. I didn't land on the roof like I said to in the commentary video I did yesterday, but that was just a preference. I knew nobody was landing with me here, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna loot from the bottom up and have the high ground afterwards. So I'm looting the house, guys, just common stuff. I'm in the house I told you to be at. This is just a perfect example for me to show you guys that I practice exactly what I preach. When I'm giving you guys these tips, they're not made up. I do this myself. This is how I get my victories. This is how I play the game. This is exactly what I'm doing. So if you guys want to see how I'm winning, why I got these wins lately, this is exactly why. I use the exact same things that I'm telling you. I'm not giving you fake tips so I can be a little bit better or anything like that. I'm doing exactly what I tell you guys to do. Now, I sped this up because I'm looting for a while, blah, blah, blah. There's going to be multiple times throughout this video that I speed it up just because I think it was going to be like a 28-minute video if I didn't speed it up. So I had to speed it up. It was way too long, guys. But anyway, another thing I talked about in the video prior is my looting route for Fatal Fields. You hit the house, you hit the back shed, you hit the towers, you hit this small thing over here. I got a blue sniper out of that. Get some ammo over here. You go hit the forest. There's normally a chest here. You can get some mats. I found a big potion, blah, blah, blah. Then you hit the cove underneath on the side over here. I'm still getting mats, actually. Hit the cove underneath here. There's another big potion. Got some metal. Then you go hit into the cave. There wasn't a chest there, so I went around. I looked in the long barn. There's a chest under the waterfall. Nobody's here, guys, so I go ahead and hit long barn. I go ahead and hit the little shacks in between. I got all the time in the world, so why not? You know what I'm saying? But either way, if you take that route, you're going to get the most loot. That is the quickest looting route from all of my experience playing Fatal. This was my favorite spot up until Paradise. I landed here all the time. So I know the best route, and that is it right there. If you follow that, you're going to end up with the most loot. So right here, I actually hear a guy. I'm looking around. I don't know where he is. Then in a second, I hear him right when I pop the porta fort. Just, guys, build up on him. He didn't know where I was. You didn't have to ramp wall. All you do is ramp up there, get behind him. Easy kills. Simple as that. Loot the guy. On to the next one. So I think I take a second to actually show you guys the looting. Now I continue looting. So here's my first thing. I'm kind of going to get into what I'm doing with the storm. I'm pushing towards the storm right now. Even though it's shrinking, I'm pushing to the storm. Because people I know are going to be coming from behind me. So if I push at them and don't give them my back, it's a straight on me versus them gunfight. So I see the first dude. I'm actually trying to go for a snipe here. I normally wouldn't. But I'm going for a snipe because it's a challenge. I'm like, why not? So I actually take a minute to try to snipe this guy. I realize there's a guy across from him. I'm like, okay, well, I can't snipe that guy. Let's see if I can get up behind him. This guy was sitting, if I have a tip for what this guy was doing, he sits still too much. Like, he moves a little bit, and I don't get this snipe at all. But, like, if it was a good sniper, he probably would have been dead. I just suck at sniping. A couple of times. Like, he sat way too still. So I killed him, easy kill, had his back. That's exactly what I'm saying. If you don't know what's going on around you, if you don't know your surroundings, I actually hate this guy. But I didn't get the kill, which sucks. If you don't know your surroundings, you're at a disadvantage. If you don't have cover behind you, you're at a disadvantage. You have to make sure that you can focus just where it's like right now, I know there is nobody behind me because I just came from that way. So all I have to do is focus on this guy. I built a ramp up on him. Drum gun down his base. Got his stuff. Easy kills, guys. It's as simple as that. It's not that hard. Just push up on him. outplay your opponent. Get the high ground. That's always the most important. How you get the high ground is determined by the situation. I'll actually make a video on that soon enough with a different premium Fortnite class video. But sometimes you gotta ramp wall, sometimes you have to double ramp, sometimes you just have to ramp. It all depends on the situation. In that situation right there, I knew he was looking at me, so I ramp walled so he couldn't shoot me out, and I had the high ground. I only built up 4 or 5 high, so even if he did knock me out, I would have taken a little bit of damage, but I still had shield, so I would have still had a chance to beat him in that gunfight, even if he knocked me out. I wasn't that concerned about it. But anyway, guys, this is the first real storm tip I have for you guys. Pushing at the storm, that's just a preference for me. I like I said, guys, it's why I landed at those houses I told you about. It's just preference. Nobody's on my back. This is called side camping, guys. So you get to the side of the map where there's literally a ledge. If you look at my map, there's water right there. There's nothing there. It's not even part of the map, really. It's just off the side. And all you got to do is, if you're trying to get victories and place higher, literally just build off the side. Nobody is going to check you over here. Just camp off on the side, wait for the storm to shrink for a minute, do whatever you want, go out as far as you want. I think it's cool to go out far so you can like see yourself off of the map. I think that's pretty awesome. Like, I get all the way off here so I can show you guys on the map when I click on it. Like, I'm all the way off the map. Nobody's running on the edge of the map like that, and nobody's going to be looking at you. If you wanted to just chill like that and it was in the circle, you would be fine. But I actually have to go because I'm not in the circle. I was just trying to get footage there. I was not planning to win this game at all, guys. I was just trying to get footage for this video. But in the end, I did get the win, which is crazy. But anyway, so you can do that. It's especially great if you're on the far side, like it's the final circle and there's still a corner and you're just trying to hide. I think that's when it's the most useful. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into the second one. This is called gatekeeping. No, not everybody. Most people know what gatekeeping is at this point. You get to the edge of the circle while it's shrinking. You can set up a base right here like I'm about to do. Boom, build your base on the edge of the circle. Anybody that's pushing you is going to have to push right into your base. But now, this is the tip that I've been using recently that I have not seen people do. I like to call it putting wings on the side of your base. So if you do this, you're kind of blocking off where, like, they have limited options of where they can push. Like, I only did 2 wide because I was just trying to prove a point. But they would have to push to the sides of your base. They wouldn't be able to do anything else. They have to push to the side of the base. The wings would stop them a little bit. If you go out farther, that's even better. If you go taller, that's better. But just having those there, it's going to slow them down for a second. It's going to give you an extra couple shots. Or if it's in one of the final storms, guys, the storm 5 ticks for health. If you keep them in there for an extra 2 seconds, that's an extra 10 health that you take off of them. Right here, I actually build up my wings a little bit higher, just so you guys can see what it looks like when you're approaching from the storm. I actually come over here. If you're pushing me from the storm and you see this, it's like, oh crap, I have to go to the side. Like, you can't push right into my base, you have to go around. So when you put these wings out there, you're giving yourself an extra couple seconds to shoot at them, you're throwing them off a little bit, or you're keeping them in the storm longer, which is just, that's a huge advantage for you. Like, if you're not putting wings on your gatekeeping base, I honestly don't know what you're doing. It's one of... I actually had never seen anybody do this. I think I actually might have came up with this method. I don't know. I'm sure other people have done it. And I came up with it after seeing people try to, like, wall you off into the storm. So I guess I didn't really come up with it. But, like, putting it on the base, I think it's just smarter. It's better for me to do. So I hope you guys use that. Putting wings on your gatekeeping base is just a phenomenal tip. And I hope you guys use it. It helped me out a lot. It's gotten me multiple kills by forcing people in the storm, and it's gotten me kills by just allowing me to put an extra shot or 2 down. The third storm trick I have for you guys is called storm running. So what you do is you're literally going to run on the edge of the storm like I'm doing here. Keep the storm on your left, and it's just about knowing exactly where everybody is. Right now, if anybody is going to be on me, it's going to be right in front of me, or they're going to be on the right. Because I just came from behind me, there was nobody there. So I can choose to not worry about my back. All I have to do is worry about my front and my right, because nobody's coming from the storm at this point. If they were, they're going to be hella weak, and all I'd have to do is hit a shot. So I'm not worried about them too much. If they do come out, then that sucks. They'll probably take some health off of me, but they probably won't. So get some mats here, blah, blah, blah. But if you keep to the edge of the storm like this, it's going to help you out a lot, because having a peace of mind while you're playing, like your heart's not racing, like, okay, I'm vulnerable in a 360-degree area. Like, no, that's not what you want. You have to be able to focus, guys. Focus, focus, focus. If you can keep all of the gunfights in front of you, that's exactly what you need. Like, you need to be able to know what's happening around you, to know your surroundings, be aware. I actually see a guy right here. And notice he actually storm runs a little bit here too. He's running left as he's running straight. He's not running just straight. He's running to the smaller side of the storm where it's moving slower so he can get in quicker. And he thinks he doesn't have to worry about his back because he didn't check it. But actually, I don't know why I try to snipe, guys. It's just pointless. I need this challenge though. I want the challenge. Anyway, I wall ramp up on him. That is my favorite one, guys. Wall ramp is my favorite build. It's simple. It's not that hard. It's easy if you're playing Builder Pro. If you're on console, if you're on PC, there's no excuse. You should definitely be doing that all the time. But yeah, so then I tried them here again, missed. And I speed this up. I actually look at these guys over here. I think they're actually teaming in solos because they're not fighting. They're just kind of like looking at each other and messing around. But so I wasn't worried about them. I jump pad over there knowing that the storm was coming behind me. Gotta know the storm's coming behind you. Get out of the... And then I just get into a couple gunfights right here, guys. Guy builds up. I shoot him down. There's rockets coming in from the right side, so I know there's a third person here besides me and this dude. I try to build up on him. Don't let him get the high ground. If you're not good at building, this is one of my favorite things to do. If they're in a 1x1, just go around their base building. You're going to get higher and higher and higher, and you're just going to be right on top of him. Lagged right on top of him. Like, he was on the other side, and then he lagged right in front of me. But I got the easy kill. Somebody had built a pyramid there, and I thought he was right, like the third guy was right underneath there, so I went ahead and shot it out. But he wasn't there. And so I'm just looting this kill real quick, like, okay, let me get this ammo, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, and then I hear him actually shoot down the base, so I started running lower, just so I would be sure that I didn't take fall damage. I'm looking around for this guy. I'm on the bottom. He didn't shoot out the whole base. I'm not sure why. Like, if he had C4, which I think he did, or a rocket launcher, he could have blown that up really easy. I would have definitely taken fall damage had I been at the top. But he starts building. I try to get up on the side with the ramp trick. I misplaced my ramp, so I just kind of go back to the ground, get ready, miss my ramp again. I'm a terrible builder, guys. Don't judge me. I'm sorry. That's my thing I need to work on. I'm making these videos for you guys, but I need to work on my own gameplay. That's the thing. I'm not a perfect player. I'm not even a good player. I'm just doing well right now and adapting to the meta. So I think I'm able to help you guys. I actually started breaking this because I didn't realize I had picked up the wood. I thought I was low on material at this point. I was nervous. I switched to brick and I realized I had no wood, but I guess I picked some up at some point. Anyway, that guy runs right into me, SMG to the face, freaking 30 bullets per second, 21 damage per second, or per bullet rather. Like, that gun is OP. If you're watching a door, just pre-aim it with freaking SMG. Shotgun is good, but they're still just not even that good. So then a guy pushes me, I try to edit him here, I pre-fire the door. Somehow, I don't know how he barely came around the door and then he hit me. I'm like, okay, now I'm getting shot on the left. I got two people on me again. What do I do? I tried to shotgun me. SMG wins that every time, guys. That's the thing I'm talking about. He shotgunned me. He has a heavy. I just had a blue SMG. He was done. I got pushed. I had no health. I had a launch pad. I quickly put it down and got out of there. I have to have health. That was a great play. You have to know when to just disengage from a situation and get out. That's why I think that this was a good gameplay. I did some really smart things. Like, that disengage was key to me surviving and key to me winning this game. If I tried to challenge that kid with 20 health, chances are I was going to die. And still, even at this point, with top 5 and no shield, I'm feeling very vulnerable. I don't know about you guys, but if I don't have shield top 5, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can do this. Because most likely, you're going to take some heavy damage. At this point, everybody has like a Scar, or everybody has a FAMAS. Everybody's got special weapons. And I put this in there with the example of storm running because I do it again, guys. Like I said, I practice what I preach. I'm storm running. I'm running the side. I'm getting to the smallest point of where I am to the safe zone. You just keep going, get behind it. Nobody will know you're here, and then you only have to creep up a little bit to get in the safe zone. That is why I love this strategy. I don't think people use it enough. I don't, like, with my friends, nobody ever is like, oh yeah, let's run the edge of the storm. Everybody's going for these high kill gameplays, which is fine. You can do that if you want to. But if you're going for the victories, guys, run the storm and get in the safe zone. Look at me. I'm in the safe zone by quite a bit. I got a guy on me right here, and I'm just like, I'm just going to chill behind him, you know, do my own thing, and wait him out. So I actually speed this up because I sit behind this guy for a long time. As you can see, I'm looking behind me, waiting for somebody else to try to storm run, because you never know, maybe somebody will. This guy builds a huge base, which doesn't make sense to me because he knows he's about to be outside of the storm in 6 seconds because of the new final storm, right? The way they do it is they move the storm into where the storm is, and they slowly shift it to where you can run. And that the storm in this final little bit is another reason why I actually win this game, guys. And it brings me into the final tip I have for you guys. It's called jumping the storm, right? So you can see once the map comes back up where the safe zone is going to be and where I am. I have a great spot already. Like, I don't have to move far to already get to this safe zone. Everybody in this game, all 4 remaining people, are going to have to push me. Well, not exactly. They're going to have to push to the right of me, including this guy. So I'm just going to wait them out. They have to move, and this storm moves really fast, and I think it like 10 ticks. Takes 10 health off for every second that you're in. So this guy, he runs, hits him with some star shots. He does some nice building. That guy was actually a decent player. If he built just a little bit to the side and would have blocked me, I might have ended up losing that. Good shotgun, turned around, hit those walls real quickly. I knew I didn't have enough health. I'm like, rocketing is my only chance. I hit him. I get into the circle. I'm like, okay, I'm in the safe zone. I can hear this final guy. Rocketing to the base. GG. Game over. 9 kills, solo win. It was good, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the tip, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.